So WrestleMania 39 is 5 months away, and my dumbass is already trying to book the whole damn show. Yeah, that's right, I will be fantasy booking the entirety of WrestleMania 39. I'll try to keep it realistic, but I'll also try to put in my own twist on it too. But one announcement before we start booking these matches is that I will be splitting this entire series up into 18 episodes. So 16 of the episodes will be individual matches, and 2 of the 18 episodes will be all the matches combined into one big video. Let's start with the first match. Zayn and Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos inside Hell in a Cell. So this is a match I've been waiting for it to happen. So if you don't know, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are best friends back then, and now they're not. This is kind of a complicated story, so I'll try to explain it at the best as I can, so bear with me. Back in Kevin Owens and Sami's Roll of Honor days, where they first met, they became tag team champions, and the first time they became friends. So yeah, this started their love-hate relationship, and they became friends, they became rivals, they became friends again so many times, especially in WWE. Let's go into the present. I'm recording this video on October, and this video is coming out in November, so if something crazy happens in early November, I won't be acknowledging it in this video because I don't know if that happened or not. So for the past few months, Sami Zayn has been riding with the bloodline. Everywhere the bloodline goes, Raw, SmackDown, press conference, Sami Zayn will be there. All this started after a SmackDown after WrestleMania 38 when Sami Zayn came into the bloodline's locker room and proposed to help the bloodline. This kept happening for weeks after week, and after getting Roman's respect, Sami began to wear a bloodline shirt and be with Roman and the Usos and Paul Heyman and all that. After weeks of that happening, after an episode of SmackDown, things were about to go south for Sami. It looked like Roman was about to kick him out of the bloodline. But no, that didn't happen. All Roman was trying to do was support Sami and give him a new shirt like the legend that he is. So, so this is when Sami got Roman's 100% respect. He started cutting promos with him. He started being the Usos manager, or, he was always ringside for their matches. He's kind of like the bloodline's yes man if you think about it. The past few weeks, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn haven't really been getting along. Some weeks they get along, but most weeks they just argue for no reason. But for Jimmy, I mean, look at Jimmy, bro. Look at Jimmy's cool. He's a good guy. Jimmy and Sami have a brotherly bond going on, and they like each other. It's amazing. So now that I've told you a little background info about Sami, now let me tell you a little bit about tag team partner at WrestleMania, Kevin Owens. So Kevin Owens hasn't really been doing much on Raw lately. I mean, he has a match against Drew McIntyre and with Johnny Gargano and Alpha Academy and all that stuff, but he's nowhere to be seen lately, which I don't know if he's injured or he's just not getting booked. But yeah, that's all I have for Kevin Owens background information for a little bit. Yeah, so now let's actually talk about the WrestleMania match. So obviously the story behind this is that the bloodline turns on Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn gets kicked out of the bloodline, which he turns face, and he wants to get revenge and team up with his former rival and former tag team partner to take on the Usos inside Hell in a Cell. Now let's build this rivalry up from the ground. Not from the ground, but let's just build it up. Let's make it start at the Royal Rumble. Both Usos and Sami Zayn are in the Royal Rumble. Sami Zayn is obviously trying to eliminate everyone. Sami Zayn gets someone in, so he gets someone in the haluva kick position in the middle of the ropes. So but then the person gets away, and then he puts Jey Uso in the way, so then Sami Zayn accidentally haluva kicks Jey Uso instead of whoever that person was. So Jey Uso is mad, Jimmy is mad, Sami Zayn turns around, and then Jimmy Uso is just looking at him, and he's just lost it. Sami says, hey, blah blah, it was a mistake, but no, not to Jimmy it was. It wasn't an accident to Jimmy, but Jimmy absolutely lost, and he beat down Sami Zayn to the max, and he eliminates Sami from the Rumble. Next week's SmackDown, the Bloodline kicks off the show. Roman Reigns, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman. Usually Sami would be here, but he's not in this week's, but he's not with the Bloodline. The Usos tell Roman that Sami Zayn eliminated Jey Uso, and Roman Reigns trusted Sami, even after they had multiple heart-to-heart conversations, and Roman even gave him a t-shirt. So now the Bloodline is against Sami now, and in the same promo, Sami Zayn's music hits. He walks down the entrance ramp and apologizes for his mistake outside the ring. Roman Reigns says to Sami, why don't you come here in this ring to apologize, Mr. Honorarius? Sami Zayn comes up, falls into the Bloodline's trap. As soon as he's he's about to say sorry, the man gets beats up. Roman Reigns is destroying him. The Usos are kicking the living shit out of him, and Solo gets a steel chair. This beatdown goes on for a little bit, but oh god almighty, we hear Kevin Owens' theme. We hear Kevin Owens' theme. You know what's about to go down. Kevin Owens runs in the ring. He goes straight for the Usos, and now Sammy has backup. Kevin Owens is here. He came to avenge best friend against the bloodline. But even when Kevin Owens came in to help, it's still a 4-on-2 assault. So now both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are on the ground in the ring. Bloodline are about to leave. After they leave, we see Sammy and Kevin getting each other back up on their feet, and they go to the back together. So now we officially know that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are back in business as a tag team. Next week's SmackDown, both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out. They call up the Usos straight up, and they said, if you want to fight Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, get your bitch ass out of here. The Usos come out and say that you can't just challenge the undisputed tag team champions and expect a match. No. It doesn't work like that. If you want a match, you'll have to earn it. And then Adam Pearce comes out to announce the men's elimination chamber, and the men's elimination chamber will be a #1 contenders match for the tag team championship. And he says that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are gonna be in the match. So now Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn gotta get their brains together and work together in the elimination chamber. 2 weeks before the premium live event, there are brawls, backstage attacks. There's a whole lot of fighting going on with the Usos. Kevin and Sami absolutely hate each other. These two teams already have a bloody and personal feud. Week before Elimination Chamber, Kevin and Sami wanted to do a little bit of mischief before their big match. So they injured Solo Sikoa, beat him up, and they knew that only one member of the bloodline was in the SmackDown arena, which was Solo Sikoa. So Kevin Owens and Sami beat up the one and only Solo Sikoa, and that was brutal. Kevin Owens grabs Solo's face and he says, "You tell your brother this Elimination Chamber, we're gonna be the #1 contenders for their tag team championships." Anyways, it's finally time. It's the day of Elimination Chamber. It's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's 5 other tag teams. Before the match, on the pre-show, we learned that Paul Heyman spoke with upper management and he made sure that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were the first ones to start out the chamber, making it way harder for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. 5 other teams in the chamber were the New Day, Alpha Academy, the OC, Street Profits, and Maximum Male Model. I'm not gonna talk about the chamber match too much, but Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn end up winning the chamber match, outlasting all 5 of the other teams, and they point at the big WrestleMania sign, and they are going to WrestleMania. SmackDown, we see that the Usos are in the arena, they are in the ring. Kevin and Sami make it clear to them that they are the #1 contender. Before SmackDown, it was posted on Twitter and WWE.com, but we're gonna see a match, Kevin Owens and Jey Uso. We see this match in the main event, and Jey Uso picks up the win because Solo Sikoa distracts the ref. Put the Usos do a 1D Kevin Owens, all while Solo Sikoa is distracting the referee. Jimmy takes care of Sami, and when the ref comes back, get a big super kick from Jey, then Jey wins the match. After the match, we see it's all war. See tables, kendos, steel chairs, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are furious. They put the Usos on take steel chairs, they take tables, and they just cause hell. Next week on SmackDown, both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have a big announcement. What could it be? Both of them say that when they have their match at Mania, they don't want it to be distracted, and they said they want to beat the Usos up with the weapons. So both of them say that they want the Usos inside hell in a cell. That's how SmackDown goes off the air. So the next week we see the Usos again. They accept the challenge. They say that we've been inside the hellhole before and we came out victorious and we have no problem to do it all again. Since the Usos haven't defended their tag team titles for 3 months now, Adam Pearce came out and said that before WrestleMania they have a tag team match against Alpha Academy. So Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are on commentary for this match, and it would make sense for them to cause distractions. So for WrestleMania, they can win the tag team titles from Alpha Academy, but they don't want to do that because they are feuding with the Usos, not Alpha Academy. The Usos retain their titles. We see a face-to-face between the Usos, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. But Kevin and Sami take it easy, and then they leave the ring before things get serious. On the next few SmackDowns, we see promos on Raw, SmackDown, everywhere, and everyone is just roasting the shit out of their opponents. A week before WrestleMania, they have a final face-off and a contract signing. During the contract signing, Sami Zayn says how much it means to him to beat the Usos because he betrayed him. Kevin Owens doesn't even care about the tag titles anymore. He just wants to end the Usos. End in quotes. Paul Heyman is with the Usos, and he says his line. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. We know every time Paul says that, the person who he's advocating for always wins the match. You know, it's time for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to prove him wrong. It's time to unleash all the anger, all the frustration, all the pure rage inside that sacred structure. And it's WrestleMania Night 1, the first match. They cannot wait any more longer. All four of them come out and it's full on carnage. All the frustration is being let out. Sami has been the bloodline for months and he trusted them, but it's all gone wrong with one mistake. And Kevin Owens breaks the cell wall, takes a fight to the top of the cell. Hell in a Cell match is absolutely brutal. Kevin Owens is about to throw Jey Uso on the ground, which is a 20-foot drop, but Jey Uso holds on to the cell last second. Kevin Owens wants to hurt Jey. Hurt in quotation marks. Wanted to throw someone down the cell. What he did is that he power bombed Jey Uso on the top of the cell, and he breaks the top of the cell. Jey is falling down 20-foot structure, and this match actually goes on for 25 minutes. You know the boys, underdogs, the babyface wins, undisputed tag team champion. It was almost a year in the making. Sami Zayn trying to get in the bloodline, Sami Zayn getting in the bloodline, to getting accepted, to getting kicked out, calling.
Here are your winners and the new Raw Tag Team Champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
They got it, and they're the new Tag Team Champions. People are going to be talking about this match for a long time coming.